Well, good afternoon and welcome to Windy Hill Kennel. This is Penny's kids, and these guys are completely weaned now from mom and in the house with us. So they're on their way to learning no bark, no bite, no lick. And we're going to work really hard on that before they go home, so they have a little bit of manners before they get out of here. And then it's up to you to keep the manners going when they get on your end. So Vanessa did help me do some weights on these guys before she took out of here. It's about 5 o'clock our time. And this is Monday. These guys are doing super good. They're playful, they're happy, they're bouncy, they're eating well. They're current on everything they can have so far. And so now it's just a waiting game and letting them grow and keep everything going with them and keep their training going. So I'm going to go through the colors. 0443 is neon orange. It's a male. It weighs 6 pounds, 10.5. 0444 is a neon pink female, and she is 5 pounds, 7.5. 0445 has a royal blue collar on. It's a male. Is 6 pounds, 2.0. And I will try and keep up with them in the pictures while I read this. 0446 is a light blue collar, which is the turquoise collar. It's the black puppy right there. And it's a male, and it's 4 pounds, 7.5. And the purple collared little female, which is the party colored right there with the yellow toy. She is 0442, and she is 4 pounds, 7 ounces. So that gives you the rundown on weights. And everybody is right on schedule where they should be at this time. Oops, crash. He says, oh, I hit my nose. We have supposedly the weather's telling us 4 days of rain coming. So I decided to get these guys out here this afternoon, let you watch them play for a little bit, yak at you a little bit about what's going on with them and pick up and all that stuff. So pickups are coming pretty soon. Oh, I hear you. If you have not scheduled in with me, please do so. And if I forgot to look at my camera before I did this to tell you what date they're going home, I can't remember. Too many dates on my mind. But I know it's in May, and I think it's the 7th. But are they getting done on the 5th, I think, and they're getting can go home starting on the 7th. But don't hold me to that. I'll look. And if I did not put it on the website, I really apologize. And I will do that tonight when I'm uploading their pictures for those of you that want to make sure I know what I'm talking about and not some other date that I have in my head. These guys have been getting a bath. Vanessa's been keeping up on toenail trimmings with them, so they're used to that. They are eating totally dry dog food. I do not feed any wet food at all. I would not ever recommending it. Please don't start adding things to their food if you think they're not eating, or so long as they're pooping, they're eating. I've heard on the internet, on one of the Schnoodles sites, that people are telling people, oh, put cheddar cheese on it, somebody was frying eggs. You run a huge chance of pancreatitis, and the more you junk you give your dog, the more you switch your dog food. I have learned after 31 years, Mother Nature will not let it starve. So if you've got dog food on the floor and it's dry dog food and it looks at you like, oh, I don't want that, just leave it there. When they get hungry enough, they're going to eat it. When you start putting junk on top of it, you start running into trouble. And then you create this vicious circle and you don't know how to get out of it. So please, for your puppy's sake, don't put stuff on top of your dog food to make it eat its food. It's just like if you were out in the woods and had nothing to eat, but there was lots of mice around you, you would think they were the best meal in the whole world, although I would take a while before I got that hungry. But 90% of the time when your puppy starts not wanting its food, you're either giving it way too many treats, and it's like, oh, if I don't eat this, they'll give in and they'll give me more treats because you're afraid it's going to starve to death. It will not starve, and I've never had a dog not eat, ever. So please don't add weird stuff to your dog's food. I would always stay away from canned dog food. It is not healthy for your dog at all. It's kind of like, you think you want to give him a really good treat, and we're going to get him some of that good canned dog food. And my favorite saying is kill him with kindness. So Stay away from all the extra stuff. Stay with the dry dog food. Once you have your dog on dog food, you don't have to change. You can feed it the same food for 15 years. It's not the puppy that gets bored. It's you that get bored and think they should have a change. So that's my tidbit, and that's my, I guess my, what is it? The thing I'm going to hammer on the most right now, I guess. But yeah, I've read some really weird stuff on some of these Schnoodle sites where, oh, their dog doesn't eat, and what all the junk they start putting on their dog to get it food to get it to eat is crazy. Pancreatitis is huge in dogs. So anything you give that dog that is naturally processed and has grease in it or fried, you're going to have a huge chance of pancreatitis in your dog. Pancreatitis will throw you into a med vet. And critical, usually condition, if they save your dog, which is not usually the normal, usually you lose a dog from pancreatitis, but if they save your dog, the next step for you is sugar diabetes. So, and then you've got a lifetime of shots and watching sugar blood levels. So please, please do not give your dog table food, anything that you eat that's been cooked, that you have changed the chemistry of the grease in the food. If you want to give it something, give it raw hamburger before you go to make steaks, or trim the fat off and give it to the dog. Our dogs eat fat all the time. I buy it from the butcher, and I buy it in chunks, and we give them pieces of fat. Fat is not changed. The chemistry, I haven't cooked it. It's raw. Raw hamburger, I give a lot of raw hamburger. I do a lot of raw bones. You can even make your own dog food raw. There's a lot of raw diets out there that if you want to go that route and not feed a commercial dog food, you can. Nature's Pharmacy, which is going to be one of the vendors on your supply list I give you, has all kind of recipes for how to make your own raw diet if you want to go that route. But there's many, many good diets out there that just please don't add junk to your food. Okay, I'll get off the subject. When you get these guys home, please note it'll take at least 2 weeks for this puppy to settle in. You do not have to sleep with it in your bedroom, and you really should not sleep with it in your bedroom. Right now, with this COVID-19 thing going on, if you have this puppy with you all the time, and it's never away from family members, and then all of a sudden life goes back to normal, I pray, and everybody has schedules and they're out and gone, and school starts next year, and people go back to work, and all of a sudden your dog's alone, you're going to see this dog regress. That's when you find dogs that get schizophrenic. They tear things up, they bark all the time, the neighbors get annoyed. So to avoid that, make sure they spend 50% of their day in the crate. And you can break that up, 2 hours in the crate, go out for half an hour, 45 minutes and play. And when the dog gets tired, put it back in the crate so it goes to sleep in its crate. That way it learns what the crate is. You have a blue eye, don't you? I just spotted that. I think she has one blue eye on the right. I'm going to check when we get off here, but I just saw a big blue spot. I think she's got a blue eye. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Please also, I know so many people are getting dogs. I have never been so busy with phone calls in my life. It's just nuts. So if you have a lot of neighbors that have gotten a new puppy, please, please do not have a play date with your puppy. Make sure that you wait till at least 16 weeks old when you finish all of your puppy shots, and then think about play dates. But make sure that the neighbor's dogs or whoever has a puppy gets to that point with theirs also, because parvo is so contagious, and you really don't know where the puppies came from that they have, or what it's been done, or where it's been. So I guess in a way puppies have their own form of a, not COVID-19, but they have their own really bad virus out there that it will usually kill them if you catch it, and usually 7 days and they're gone. So it is a really wicked disease, and you don't ever want parvo. So please avoid playing with the neighbor's dogs till your puppy is old enough, and then you can socialize all you want. I know many of you are going to have to groom your own dogs. I've already heard from some people down south. So please start looking now for equipment that you might need, because there's so many places that are sold out. And it's very hard to get anything right now as far as clippers or grooming supplies. So make sure you start looking into that before you get your puppy home. When you guys come, if you could please limit, if it's outside, I don't mind at all. You can bring the family, but I'm still not going to get close to everybody. If we have to do this inside, I'd like to limit it to 2 people inside the grooming area when you come. And we have a Duke station that's about 3 miles from us. So if you need to use the restroom or need to get a drink or something like that, please go visit the Duke station in Utica before you come. Would be great. And usually most people are here about 15 to 20 minutes at the most. So please call me before you come. Ask me all your questions that I did not answer for you on the videos. Everybody should have gotten your videos by now and had a chance hopefully to watch them. And the dog food section of that video really is not current. That was before we went to grain-free, not grain-free dog food. I went clear off of Victor. I went off of Nutrina. I have to make new videos this year. So, and I do not use Costco anymore, although I do like, Costco is a good dog food. I would use their adult versus the puppy. You don't need to use a puppy food. Dogs food have progressed so much since I was little that they're so much better quality. They have better ingredients. So you are fine to feed an adult dog food, but just make sure it's got a little more protein, a little more fat than you would feed an older dog. And if you have an older dog, please watch the protein count, because protein will burn an older dog's kidneys up. So you don't want a really high protein. I know these guys right now are on a 30-20, 30% protein, 20% fat. And if I were keeping them here, I would feed them that till they're about 9 months old. And then I would switch them over to a 26% fat, 26% protein and an 18% fat, which is a very good maintenance dog food for a dog that's young and active and playful. So just kind of read your ingredients and your protein counts. But I know if you have an older dog, you're going to want to watch that protein because of their kidneys. She says, she said, I win, I held you down. They're funny at this stage. They get out here and they play, and I'm going to leave them out here till evening when it starts to get a little bit dewy, and then I'm going to put them inside. But they need to get out here and play today, because they're going to be inside from what it sounds like for the next couple days. Coats on these guys are fabulous. They've got super nice thick coats. They're like little polar bears. I know, I see you. I hear you. Do you have blue eyes? Trying to get him to look up there and see those eyeballs. They're not real green yet. She says, don't bother me. Now I'm going to get them all crying because I did that. All right, well, I know we're not too far down the road from seeing everybody, but we got, I don't know what, 2 weeks to go, maybe 14 days to go. And so hopefully in that 14 days, we get them listening for no bark, no bite, no lick. I really would like to get those eyeballs in here. That might be a set of blue eyes. I can't tell if they're blue or green. But I think she's got a right. I think of the eye when you're looking at this video. I think the little party Merle has a blue eye on the right side. But I'll check. So have a good one. I hope everybody's had a safe week. I know everybody's about over this and ready to get out and rock and roll. But the virus we know is still out there somewhere. So just be a little bit careful if you're out and going. I know I'm out and going, but I take precautions and wear my gloves and don't touch everything or my face. So have a good one and stay safe this next week. And we'll get you a new video next week. We'll talk to you later.